Is gaming actually better on the Quest 3 than it is the Quest 2? It definitely is. How much of a difference it is, you can tell so much of a difference from Quest 3, especially for those that are already introduced to VR, that are used to VR, that have played essentially without the snap feature, and that have delved into their homework and done everything possible in Quest 2. Because Quest 2 is such a dominant VR headset. The reason being, of course, its affordability. Even this day, you can find it for much more of a bang for buck due to Quest 3 already being out. Quest 3 is a large margin, far more in cost than a Quest 2 actually is now. And although it still makes it somewhat an affordable VR headset versus actually PC VR headsets and all that, which is definitely cool, because Quest 3, when you connect it to PC VR and become a PC VR headset in totality, it actually is really, really good. So now you get your 2-in-1 that are actually performing at a far more respectable rate. They do have some earlier test stuff in their channel, the public test channel, that are showing that we're going to be able to stream and be able to do all these things on Quest without necessarily needing a PC also. This is what Quest needs to continuously move forward with their gaming, right? First, we obviously need games that are going to persuade people to come, because Quest can go through lots of phases where it becomes a damn snooze fest. Right now, it's kind of a snooze fest right now, but Ghost of Tabor did definitely have their patch update. And then we also see some Asgard Wrath, and then we have seen some Assassin's Creed coming around, and obviously the announcement of Grand Theft Auto. We don't know what's going to be delivered to the highest level in terms of execution. We're obviously not looking for it to be a PSVR 2, but Quest 3 is highly worth it. Now, for the cost, it's kind of weird. It depends on what kind of gamer you are. Quest 3 being possibly, if you want the best experience on a Quest in terms of memory, accessories, and more, is around $800 USD, including like warranty and everything like that. You want to take care of something when you buy that type of notion. It's more expensive than a Series S, and it's more expensive than a PS5, and almost as expensive as a PSVR 2 and a PS5. Like when you buy it together, that's about $1,000. Maybe you can find a bundle online for even a little bit cheaper. And Quest 3 almost cost around that range. So it kind of just depends on who you are. Now, for me, I definitely feel that Quest 3 is better for gaming, of course, because it's a standalone, or I don't like being tethered to anything. I want the wireless experience. And I came up with this virtual reality headset, and I love the growth that it has shown in recent times, where it's a standalone with this quote unquote mobile graphics, and it's gotten better. So Quest 3 is worth it. And it's good for gaming, but it just depends on who you are, right? You got to be super you got to be optimistic about this. You got to recognize that Quest 3 is still like on a huge incline. Like it's a slow process, but it's something that it's getting better and better. Now, they are pushing the mixed reality, and that's gonna be a tough one for a lot of people. It's still very seen much as like being gimmicky. It's still seen as something that's not, it's just not taken too serious right now. And again, it goes back to what kind of gamer you are. If you love flat screen gaming, like somebody, like, of course, like if you tell the everyday consumer, what are you gonna buy, a Quest 3 for this price? Or are you gonna buy a PS5 or like maybe Spider-Man 2 right now? Like the Quest 3 costs more than Spider-Man 2 and a PS5 together. So you have to pick your choice on that. You know what I mean? So it depends on what kind of gamer you are. I think right now Quest 3 is just going far more into a niche route, especially at this price range now, without as much delivery as we wanted. Now, that does not negate the fact that it is a great VR gaming headset and has gotten tremendously better since. The clarity has gotten better. It still feels a little front heavy, like if you don't have a good head strap for it. But Quest 3 in totality is great for gaming. Again, depending on who you are, right? It's such a weird gray scale to say like, oh, it's great for gaming. But like what I said earlier, if you're comparing it to like a PS5 or a Series S, like it just depends, right? Do you want Series S with Game Pass for like fucking few months, or do you want a Quest 3, right? And it's just tough to really say. But if you're just going straight in VR, of course, it's the most affordable. And if you're looking to go into PC VR anyway, you just need to buy yourself a PC and you can get into PC VR. Now, I say that very easily, like if that's affordable, but it's not affordable. But you can still get yourself a Quest 3 and rock out with that for a while. Or you can go the Quest 2 route. But again, Quest 3, it is a huge opinionated thing. Again, like I've had both sides of the spectrum. I believe it is, if you're a VR enthusiast who's optimistic about gaming. The overall question, of course, is it great for gaming? Yes. Is it better than a Quest 2 at gaming? Yes. So that's all we wanted to cover for sure. But again, it has a ... But like, do you want to go get a Series S, or like, especially come Christmas time, right? We're talking about Christmas time coming around, which is crazy. Like Halloween's around the corner, and then Christmas is literally right after like what people start planning for, right? And you want to think like, man, do I want like a Series S and some games and Game Pass together, or do you want like PS5 and like Spider-Man 2 and maybe like another exclusive like God of War or something, or do you just want a Quest 3? So it's something that's seen as gimmicky. For me, again, I'm a VR person and I just believe in it. You had to have a lot of optimism to jump into virtual reality, as Quest 3 gone really niche now that they're pushing this mixed reality, which is not favored by a lot of people and your everyday consumer, on top of not pushing heavy enough AAA games. I mean, our most heavy games right now are Ghost of Tabor, Contractors, and then aside from that, like pushing to try to bring people is what we're looking at. Assassin's Creed. I said this earlier also. It's Asgard's Wrath, and then you also got the Grand Theft Auto potential. You got like Ghostbusters maybe. And is it enough? I don't know. But it is a great gaming device. You just have to sit back and be like, huh. Like in me as a general consumer, I'm definitely looking at a PS5 or Xbox Series S and additional stuff versus getting a Quest 3, at least right now. But if I'm into VR, and like the way I have been, and I have both, money for both. Of course, I have both now because I have money for it. But if you're tight on cash, man, it could be a pass. It could be a pass for real. But again, I love VR, so of course I got it. Y'all gotta let me know what's up. Y'all rocking out with the Quest 3? Y'all still have your Quest 2? Or do you have OG Quest? Let your boy know, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace.